The legacy of love is presence. Isn't that true? Even for us as adults, where we find the presence of our partner, our children, our friends, really is a legacy of love for us. So, presence is love's quietest form and also its most powerful. It doesn't always come with words or plans, it lives in the pauses, the warmth in your eyes, the way you notice your child's world with wonder. Over the past weeks, we've explored attention, attunement, small moments, boundaries, and mindfulness, all ways of saying, I'm here. In this final episode, we'll talk about the legacy of presence, how your everyday awareness becomes your child's lifelong sense of safety, and how simple, loving presence becomes the story they carry about what love feels like. Welcome to the last episode in the area of presence of parenting, showing up with attention and intention, the legacy of presence. How presence becomes memory. Your child won't remember every conversation, rule, or schedule, but they will remember how it felt to be with you. I'm sure all we have to do is look a little bit to our own past when we were younger and notice how we remember more about how we felt. Even if it was a negative feeling, we remember that more than perhaps what was going on at the time. And our children do this with positive ones as well. And of course, we want more positive feelings than we want negative feelings. So they'll remember how your face softened when they walked in the room, how your voice calmed when they were scared, and how you stayed even when emotions got big. So those small, ordinary memories become emotional anchors. They tell your child, I was worth someone's full attention. I was loved without needing to perform. That becomes their inner voice, the one that guides how they treat themselves and others. Here's a reflection prompt. What feelings do I want my child to carry when they think of home? The ripple effect of presence. Presence doesn't end with childhood. It ripples forward through generations. When you model calm, your child learns emotional regulation. When you model repair, they learn humility and safety in relationships. And when you model attention and attunement, they learn empathy. Every act of mindful love you give today becomes part of how they will one day love their partner, their children, their community, themselves. And I think what an honor it is to teach with love. Here's an example. When you kneel to meet your child's eyes, you're not just calming a moment, you're teaching respect. When you pause to breathe before reacting, you're not just diffusing tension, you're teaching self-awareness. Your presence becomes a language they'll speak long after you're gone. Here's a reflection prompt. What lessons about love and attention am I teaching, not through my words, but through my energy? Letting presence be enough. Parenting isn't about getting every moment right. It's about choosing to return again and again to love. Presence means forgiving yourself for the days you're tired or distracted. It means trusting that the small moments, the hugs, the smiles, the soft words are enough. Children don't need perfect parents. They need present ones. Ones who say, I see you, I'm listening, I'm here. And if that's all you ever give, it's more than enough. Because what your child will remember most is not what you did, it's how they felt when you were near. Here's a reflection prompt. What kind of emotional home am I building? One my child feels safe returning to again and again? A great way to figure that out is just by asking your child what they think you're doing right and what they think you can improve on. Even if what they want you to improve on would be more video game time or maybe less structure, and we can't do that, but at least you give them a voice and you know what's going on inside of them. So presence is love made visible. It's not something you have to earn, master, or measure. It's something you return to moment by moment. This week, take a quiet moment, maybe after bedtime or in the stillness of the day, and ask yourself, what do I hope my child remembers about how I showed up? Then breathe that intention in, let it guide your next small act of attention, your next gentle word, your next mindful pause. Because the legacy of presence is built not through doing, but through being. Thank you for walking this journey with me, for choosing awareness over autopilot, connection over control, love over perfection. You're already creating a legacy your child will feel for the rest of their life. And there's the journal prompt. What do I hope my child remembers about how I showed up? Here's the comment section. Comment anything of this video you would like, anything about parenting and presence, any wins you've had so we can cheer you on, any hard times you're going through. Maybe somebody out there has gone through the same thing and can give you some good advice. And if you're still having a hard time knowing what to comment on, use the journal prompt to help you out. If this resonated with you today, take a breath before you go. Let what you heard settle in. You're not alone on this journey, and you do not have to do it all at once. If you're feeling it, give this video a like so others can find it easier. Share it with somebody who you think may benefit from it. Subscribe for new content of every day of every week. And remember, here we do tiny steps, real talk, and honest healing. I've created these journals, children's book and workbook, to go hand in hand with these videos to help perhaps make us aware of things that we're not, to increase healthy behaviors and hopefully decrease any unhealthy behaviors we do not want. And once again, I thank you for taking the time to watch this video.